Okay, so we're doing the digital self-portrait with Adobe Illustrator, and what you're going to want to do is start Adobe Illustrator. Create a new print document. Call it whatever you want. I am going to call it Jamie. Okay, you're going to want letter size, and everything else is just standard. So hit OK. Then pick your image, hit place, and there's your image. My image is way too big, so I'm going to zoom out, which is Control minus until it's manageable. And this box here is as big as I want the image, so Shift and move so that you can do it proportionally. Make that smaller. Click on it to move it. Again, Shift to make it proportional. Just about fits into that box, right? Perfect. We have a little toolbar on the side here, and what you're going to do is all layers, stroke, and tools. So I have that all over here on my right. Create some new layers. So you create layers by clicking this little triangle right here, new layer. Now you can name these layers. I'll show you how to name those layers. Let's do 6 of them. I'm going to name this one the image. This will be my bottom. And I will lock that. Have that OK. Again, double click. Leaves me here. I'll call this one background. Okay, so your layers should be your image, background, underlayer, it fills in color below all value layers, shadows, midtones, and highlights. So you want to lock, there's a little, right next to the eyeball, there's a little square. You want to lock every layer except for the one you're going to use. So I am going to use my shadows layer first, which is all the dark parts. Control plus again zooms in. So what we're going to do is we are going to grab this little toolbox right here. Okay, so you want to click on your pencil tool. Now trace around all the dark parts. It doesn't have to be perfect, because you can take the direct selection tool, double click on a point, and adjust the points. These little arms, change the curves, and you can just adjust it to your liking, to exactly the way you want to do it. Okay, so you get the idea. If you want to fill that space, you come down here to the bottom where you have this fill, which is X, and the stroke. The stroke is the outline. In this case, you don't want the stroke, you want the fill. So when you click the fill, a little color guide pops up. This little color guide, you click black, or whatever color you want to fill it in this case black, and it fills it in. You can do this with every other shape too. So let's do another shape quickly. The eyelash line. Continue doing this with all of your shapes until you have all of the dark shapes. Then you move on to the midtones, and then you move on to the white parts, which are the highlights. So in this case, in this scene, this would be a midtone. The obvious pupil would be the dark, and these would be the highlights. So continue doing that on each layer.